going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Charles Enoch, and you know we are back with another Invest in Myself episode. And before we even get started, go ahead and just do me a quick favor. It only takes about 2 seconds. Go ahead and smash the like button for me. Make that thing turn blue. I really do appreciate it, and it does help me out a lot. And if you are new to the channel, go ahead, do me a favor. It may take 4 seconds. Hit that subscribe button because that also helps me out as well. So last week we talked about how to pay your mortgage using your credit card. So last week we just went over how to structure your due dates, your statement dates on your credit card, and what website to use so we can achieve the goal of using our credit card to pay off the mortgage. Now, when we did that, we were able to save up a little extra cash flow, so we had a lot of money in our savings account. So today we're going to see what the benefits of that extra cash flow is and how we can invest with that extra cash flow to make us even more money. So before we get started, I do want to go over a simple concept called scarcity mindset. And this will answer a lot of questions and comments I've been getting lately. So everybody has some sort of scarcity mindset when it comes to borrowing money. Pretty much, am I able to pay that debt back, right? Now, I had an example in one of my videos how I use my credit card to obtain passive income. And I basically related debt to fire. Now, you can come up with a million scenarios how fire can burn you, harm you, and even possibly kill you, right? And guess what? I'm going to agree with every single story, no matter how far-fetched it is, because it is possible. But let's be real. Will these stories stop you from using fire on a daily basis? Probably not. I mean, you're going to keep the gas away from the fire so it doesn't explode. Are you going to take some type of preventative measure where fire won't burn you? And if it does, it may harm you just a little bit. I mean, you'll survive and get over it, right? And the reason why we do this is because fire is beneficial to us. So when somebody tells me, why would you borrow money from your credit card or your line of credit? Hey, your home equity line of credit, it may freeze and they lock the line of credit so you can't use anything. They may lower all your credit cards, or you may even lose your job. So now you can't even pay the money back. While that may be true that they lower one of my credit cards, but if I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 credit cards or lines of credit, I don't believe that all 5, 10, or 15 of my credit cards or lines of credit would be frozen or decreased to 0. So let's say if one of my credit cards, the bank says, hey, you know, I'm going to lower it from 5,000 to 2,000. I would say, hey, that's fine. I have 10 other more credit cards over here. So the fire really didn't burn me. So now I've created protective measures just in case one of my credit cards or lines of credit freezes or decreases. I will not worry. Now again, my scarcity level isn't as high as a lot of people. So if you're afraid that all 15 of your credit cards will decrease or freeze, then hey, you know, I can't tell you that it won't. But I believe that it is highly unlikely that that will happen. So let me just state one more extreme example. So I say, why would you get a 15 or 30-year mortgage loan? What if you lost your job and you can't afford to pay the mortgage payment, and then it goes into foreclosure, and then now you have to file for bankruptcy, and then it just ruins your whole life? Why would you ever get a mortgage loan? Let's be real. Would I scare you enough not to get a mortgage loan? Wouldn't the benefits of owning your own house, having appreciation in equity, wouldn't that trump what I told you? You would say, hey, you know, that is true, but hey, I'm gonna take this gamble. I believe that, hey, I can just get another job. So if I had an extreme scarcity level of never getting like a mortgage loan or never borrowing any money, and I just saved all my money to get a house or to get anything I want, you are going to be limiting the ability to build wealth because you are scared to borrow money. See, wealthy people are able to borrow money to make them more money. They never just save all their money and then buy something in whole, in full. That would make no sense. you have to leverage. Even though I can't change your scarcity mindset, whatever level it may be, I can definitely educate you on taking protective or preventative measures so that you feel comfortable in regards to investing. So just in case the fire gets out of control or burns you, hey, you can start controlling it. Put a Band-Aid on that wound and get back to going. All right, I know I went off on a tangent, but I just wanted to answer that because I've been getting a lot of questions and even comments and things of that nature. All right, let's get to the whiteboard. Let's see how we can use this extra cash flow to invest to make us even more money. Let's go. All right, so we back on the whiteboard. It's pretty much the same scenario. So we are still with our power couple, Paul and Patricia. Let me just briefly break it down just in case we don't remember. So Paul and Patricia, they have an income of $8,500, expenses $3,500. So that makes their cash flow $500. But remember, since we're using Plastique and their mortgage is $2,000, out of those expenses is $2,000, we're actually going to be having a cash flow of $7,000.40 since we have $40 of cash back. Remember, if you have not seen part 1, go ahead and just pause the video and look at part 1. Again, this is just a brief outlier of part 1. Now, what's added onto this board is Paul and Patricia, they have a line of credit of $20,000. And with the line of credit, it's pretty much just like cash. Like you can pull out $10,000 out of that $20,000 if you needed it. So we're gonna start at the beginning of the year here. So Paul and Patricia, they are savvy investors. They love investing in the real estate, stock market, whatever comes up, whatever type of deal comes up, they are pretty much ready. So in the month of January, let's say, January 1st, they are partnering with another power couple and they are trying to get a rental property. It's in the Midwest, so it's going to be a cheap rental property. It's going to be a $50,000 rental property, and it needs about $4,000 worth of repairs. So they want to go half and half. So 20% of that $50,000 is $10,000. Plus, they're going to be splitting that $4,000 worth of expenses to get it all rental ready. So that means Paul and Patricia, their half would total up to $7,000. Now it's the beginning of the month of January, which means that their income has not dropped yet and their cash flow is only $5,000. We have to be realistic. They can't wait on this deal. They can't wait 2 months until February to get enough money to go half on this deal. They need the cash right now, and this is an amazing deal. So what will they do? They're going to use $7,000 out of the line of credit because this deal is awesome. They need it right now. They cannot wait. So they're going to pull this $7,000 and say, hey, yeah, we're ready. We got it right now. All right, so I'm on the other side of the board. And so we're just going to kind of break this down and seeing how this affects everything. So remember, Paul and Patricia, they took $7,000 out of that line of credit so they can instantly team up with their partners to get this rental property so they can start getting more passive income. So we're just going to do a brief run through of part 1, just a little bit. We're not going to go into real detail here, but it'll kind of line us down for everything right here. So remember, the mortgage is due from the 1st through the 15th is when you can pay it without a late fee. So we'll wait till the credit card statement on the Citi Double Cash credit card. We'll wait after the 3rd through the 5th, so we'll probably pay it off on the 6th using Plastique. They're going to charge us that $50 fee, but Citi, they're going to give us $40 extra back. Now remember, there's no payment for February since the statement close date is going to say that we didn't use any type of money. So this is where we get to the bottom. Now our cash flow is $7,040 because remember, our original cash flow is $5,000. our mortgage is $2,000, but we paid it on the credit card, which actually freed us up the money. And we got an extra $40 from Citi just by using our credit card. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to transfer that $7,040 to the line of credit. This makes the line of credit go back to full. So we can see how that extra cash flow by paying on the credit card has caused us to pay our line of credit back to full, which lowers our interest. So even though we lost $10 because Plastique charges us $50 and Citi's only going to give us $40, we have gained a house. And let's say that it is bringing in $250 of extra income per month. That $10 loss looks pretty good now because I was able to borrow money from my line of credit to instantly get the deal, because I can't wait for 2 months so I can get $10,000 worth of cash flow, because that house is going to be gone. It's a great, amazing deal. So we have to think, hey, sometimes we can't save enough money. We have to borrow from Peter, get the money instantly, get the deal, and then we will pay them back. And the cool thing about this, we got to borrow from Peter over here, the Citi Double Cash credit card, and we actually have no payment for February. So we're going to pay that payment back in the month of March, that $2,050. So we're not even accruing interest, and we got a property that's going to get us $250 extra every single month. All right, so we're in the month of February. So we're pretty much going to be doing that same thing again. Remember, if you have not seen part 1, go ahead and see part 1 because it's not going to make sense. But we're going to get down to here. Since there was no payment due for the month of February, in our account we'll have $7,040 just sitting there. Now, we do have to pay off the credit card before the 1st of March. So we're going to use $2,050 to pay off the credit card on the 1st of March right here. Now this is going to leave us with $4,990 from our account. Remember, we lost the $10 there, so it's not actually $5,000 cash flow. But hey, we're not worried because we got a whole house, and our cash flow would actually increase by $250. Now, let's say in the month of February, another amazing opportunity just came in. The stock market, it plummeted down so low that Paul and Patricia, they feel that they need to throw in as much money as they can in the stock market, so when it comes back up, then they have gotten a great deal by buying low. So what they're going to do, since they have that extra cash flow of $7,040 every single month, they're going to use $2,050 from the line of credit. Remember, we paid it in full, so it's back up to $20K. They're going to take $2,050 plus the $4,990 of their just normal cash flow, which will give us $7,040 again, right? They're going to instantly dump it into the stock market. They have the stocks that they want. I mean, they're really savvy investors, and they want to throw as much into the stock market as possible. So we have to remember, the stock market goes up and down every single day. So we cannot wait on an extra month to get more cash flow to try to get more stocks. We want to get it right now. We have to get it right now. So this is where borrowing from the line of credit and then pushing out the payment on the credit card by using it on Plastique, we're not paying that payment until another month out. So even though we're losing $10 for this month and that month, we have great investments. We have a house, and we have low stocks that we bought that we are expecting to rise. So that's going to definitely trump the $20. So this is why we will be paying on our credit card after the statement date, is pushing it back so we can invest more money into something. All right, so we're in the month of March. It's going to be that same outline like on part 1. So we get down to here, we're going to have $7,040 of cash flow. Remember, our cash flow is $5,000, but when we put the mortgage onto the credit card, it actually frees up more cash, or pretty much just lowers our expenses by $2,000. And then the Double City credit card gives us $40 extra just by using our plastic card. So that's how we're getting that $7,040. So before the end of March, we're going to have to use $2,050 to pay off the credit card statement, right? And then we would transfer $250 that we used in February. Remember, the stock market plummeted and we wanted to invest. Now the stock market is really high, so we got a really high return. Now we're just going to take that $250 that we borrowed, we're going to put it back into the line of credit. We don't care because the stocks that we got now, they're super high and they're just climbing. So I made a major profit. So if we look, we have the month of January, we borrowed from the line of credit, and then we got a rental property that's giving us $250 cash flow. And now in February, we had to borrow again because the stock market was so low. We had to borrow right then and there. We didn't want to wait an extra month out because then maybe the stocks would get really high. So we borrowed again. With that extra cash flow of the $2,000 from the mortgage, it lets our borrowing power be a little bit more. All right, so we're on the month of April. Now in the month of April, there's really nothing going on. So we're going to be using the part one like we do, how we structure our credit card so we can put that onto our credit card and it pushes the statement back. We will have $9,990 into our account. Because remember, we used $250 to pay the credit card statement balance. We had to use another $250 to put on the line of credit to pay it back in full. That's going to leave us with a leftover amount. So when we have the $7,040 plus our leftover amount, that's going to equal the $9,990 that we have sitting in our account. Now, if something were to happen where there's just another excellent deal, guess what? We're going to be pulling out of the line of credit, and then we're going to be using some more money. Since the credit card is pushing the mortgage payment back, because remember, in January when we started, there was no payment for February. We're always increasing our cash flow all the time, every single month. And then when something extreme goes on, where we can't wait, we're going to pull out of our line of credit, and then we're going to get that investment, and then we would pay it back next month. It's just pretty much just drawing that out every single month. It's just pushing it back. So the more money that we have to invest, because in real life, deals are quick. We cannot be waiting. And if you're waiting, you're pretty much going to be losing, because I'm going to grab it. I'm going to borrow money from my line of credit, and I'm going to get that deal. And then you're going to be mad because you tried to wait and save money. Now, I do want to throw in another quick example for people that are more of a defensive-minded person. So they're not looking to invest. Maybe the best investment is to pay down something. So let's say Paul and Patricia, their expenses of that $3,500, let's say $500 of that was a car payment. In their car, they only had $7,000 more to pay off on the car payment. So what we would do, we would use our line of credit to pull the $7,000 to instantly pay off the car. When we instantly pay off the car, it actually frees up cash flow and saves us interest. Then we're going to do this same step, and it's going to give us even more cash flow because the mortgage is on there too. So we freed up $2,000 plus $500 because the car payment is instantly paid off. Remember, there's no statement for February. So we're not even paying off our credit card until March. So all that extra money, the $7,040 plus the $500 for the car, we will put that back into our line of credit to pay the line of credit off in full. And then come March, we would just pay off the money that we borrowed on the credit card. So again, we were instantly able to invest by paying something off to increase cash flow, and then we would pay the credit card off 2 months later or a month later, depending on how your credit card is structured. I know this can be a hard concept to grasp, so go ahead, if you have to rewind the video, take a break, watch it a little later, and take your notes, because this is once you get the concept, this is going to be an amazing thing that you're doing, because you're going to be able to invest quicker and faster than a lot of people. So when those deals come, you're not waiting for your cash flow to get up. You're borrowing and you're getting that instantly, so you can get that investment and get the rate on return. And if you lose $10, hey, that's fine, because hey, I got a property now and it's giving me $250 cash flow. Or I invested into the stock market while it was low and all my stocks are double what they were. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Again, go ahead, destroy the like button. It really does help me just make that thing turn blue. And if you haven't done so yet, if you are new to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment saying that, hey, I watched the whole video. If you guys want anything else for me to talk about in regards to finances or velocity banking, go ahead and comment that down below. I really do read you guys' comments, and I do try to structure videos in regards to what people want me to talk about. So like always, you guys have a good weekend. Peace out.